Hi, how you doing? Justin Brennan with the Brennan Poli Group. So real quick, the Rolls method. And this applies really to mobile home parks and how you're evaluating them really from a 10,000 foot level before you're diving into the weeds and getting more detailed on your analysis before you consider purchasing a mobile home park. Now, I didn't come up with this. This was actually came up through Brandon Turner with Bigger Pockets, if you're familiar with him. Great guy, super sharp, and they're doing a lot of mobile home stuff. So learn from him, but I wanted to share this information with you, the Rolls method for mobile home parks. So here we go. So the R in the Rolls method is resident-owned homes. And what I mean by that is we want the homes owned by the residents, the tenants. We're not in the home business, we're in the land business, right? We're in for lot rent, collect the rents on the lots. The homes are owned by the residents and the tenants. So we're not in the home business, we're in the land business, and that's critically important. So you're not diving in and getting into all this crazy stuff with homes, maintenance, all this stuff with the property itself. Leave that to the homeowner themselves, let them own the home, run it. You're in the lot land development business. The O in the Rolls method is opportunity for infill. Now, it's great if you can have all the pads full with tenants with their homes on them, but even better is if you have some vacancies in that mobile home complex where now you can either bring in new homes and sell them to new tenants, right? And kind of upgrade and infill and improve the complex. That's fabulous. You want that opportunity for infill and expansion and raising of rents and kind of redoing the complex. So that opportunity for infill and bringing in new things, maybe it's RVs. Maybe it's new properties, new homes where you can upgrade the complex. So that's critically important. And that's what we look for is opportunity for that to improve and add value. The first L in the Rolls method is location, right? Location and population. We want a certain population around the complex, around the area, and the location is critically important. So that way you have enough drive, right? Whether that's jobs, anything it may be, but you want that location to be good enough and possible for growth to bring in those people. You don't want to be sitting in like a little town of 10,000 people. Really what you want is kind of 50,000 plus, or an MSA where you have 100,000 plus, and you're somewhere within range of that. You could be in a population of 25 or 30 or 40,000, but you definitely want to be within driving distance of an hour, maybe 30 minutes of a much larger population for those mobile home parks. The other L in the Rolls method is large enough for resident managers on site, right? So it's great if you can have a property management company off-site, that's all fine and dandy, but realistically, if you can have a resident manager living on-site, it's gonna save you time, money, and maintenance. Critically important, and maybe the park, and usually that's around 100 pads, just so you know. So large enough, we kind of look for those 100 pads in there, or a combination thereof, where you can buy 2 or 3 complexes that aggregate 100 pads or more, and they're all nearby. Where you can have a resident manager here and they can kind of look over those 2 or 3 properties nearby. That's critically important. So that way you have that staff, that maintenance, everybody on site, and there's economies of scale that are built with that. So large enough for resident managers on site. Lastly, the S in the Rolls method, and this is probably the most important, and that is sub-metered utilities. Sub-metered utilities. Right? If you think about it from a landlord's perspective, the 3 things that are the most annoying things on planet Earth, right, is vacancies, repairs and maintenance, and utilities. And so the sub-meter utilities, having that where it's on and you can actually sub-meter that out and put that on the resident as the tenant and bill back for those credits is really important to keep good cash flows within the community and know what you're getting into in terms of your expenses for that mobile home park. So I hope this makes sense. Any other questions, reach out to us. Go to our website, multifamilyintelligence.com, sign up as a free member, all the resources there for you, and join our free Facebook group. Love to be a connected resource for other like-minded investors around the country. So take care, we'll talk to you soon.